did the industry pay homage to the founding mothers of beer? They put us in bikinis.
What's up, guys? It's your boy, Benny. If you live by the sword, you die by the sword. Effectively, don't hold other people to standards that you yourself fail at. That's called virtue signaling. That means you're a fraud. And the world of advertising and wokeness is filled with frauds. Best examples, Bud Light and Miller Lite today. Miller Lite is getting destroyed because of an ad that they produced criticizing their own paying customers for advertisements that they made in the 80s and the 90s and the 2000s. No joke. The ad
Here's
looks
a little known
like this.
fact. Women were among the very first to brew beer ever.
So it talks about how there would be no beer without women, which is, of course, completely and utterly factually nonsense.
Pay homage to the founding mothers of beer? They put us in bikinis.
You put people in bikinis. Oh, and the ad goes on and on and on with this non-comedian griping and and complaining that Miller Lite put hot chicks in bikinis to sell beer. It goes on and on and on for 90 seconds talking about the sins of Miller Lite for doing this, for objectifying women in a sexual way, and for putting them in bikinis. Miller Lite, who has this video inexplicably still up on their YouTube channel, has been destroyed by this. You have 20,000 dislikes to 1,000 likes here on the video. They have the comments on still somehow, again, inexplicably, and this ratio, by the way, has increased. It has doubled since my last video. It used to be 1,000 to 9,000 dislikes. This thing is now going nuclear. There is a ban and a boycott for Miller Lite that has been called because of articles and headlines like this. Miller Lite apologizes for using women in bikinis to sell beer. Yeah, the sin, the horror. There would be no beer if it wasn't for women. What an objective lie. What a degrading lie. Who pushes this kind of crap? Well, the chief marketing officer for Miller Lite's name is Sophia Colucci. She was just appointed chief marketing officer 4 months ago. Here she is in Ad Age, Sophia Colucci. This published at the beginning of March. Ad Age, of course, is an industry publication appealing to the advertising greater ecosystem, talking about how excited she was. Here's a photo of Sophia Colucci. Provided to the magazine, how excited she was for diversity and equity and representation inside of the Miller brand. Why does beer need to be concerned with these kind of things? I don't know. Not sure. Don't know. But Sophia Colucci is obsessed with them. We've made our brand more inclusive by bringing more beer lovers in, from our open and proud platform for the LGBT community to Latino efforts to some really amazing work to be more inclusive with women that you're going to be seeing next week. And what did she drop next week? Well, this giant turd. Ladies and gentlemen, it gets worse. It always gets worse. This is a photo of Sophia Colucci. This is from her public Facebook account. I want to make this very clear. I am not friends with her. I did not do any major digging that isn't publicly available on Facebook. You can see plenty of photos with her and glasses of wine, giant filled to the brim glasses of Chardonnay, but no photos of her with Miller Lite products, of course. Photos of her on her Facebook page with vaccine stamps. Photos of her with her family and so on. Those photos, of course, I would never show you, nor do I want to show you. I don't want to do anything that isn't publicly available for Sophia Colucci. But if Sophia Colucci is going to step and say, hey, I am so virtuous, I would never objectify a member of the opposite sex. I believe that photos of women in bikinis is wrong on social media or in the digital space. Well, then I wonder a couple of things here about Sophia Colucci. Here's her Facebook page here. Sophia Colucci, this is her public Facebook page. I'm not friends with her. I'm not snooping on anything that isn't open and publicly available for all to see. Some of the things that she likes: The Bachelorette, Entourage, and The Bachelor. I can tell you, there is plenty of scenes in Entourage that are sexually exploitive, let's just say. But she happens to like this show. But let's do a little further digging. If you go back into Sofia Colucci's photos, which are publicly available, you can find a photo of a man, a buff man, known as the Naked Cowboy, in his underwear, front-facing, with the caption, "Who am I kidding? My future husband, yee-haw." That is the caption here from Sofia Colucci from 2017. Yikes. That seems like you are objectifying this naked cowboy, Sofia Colucci. Here's another photo on Sofia Colucci's Facebook page of, I think these are some of her girlfriends, maybe? Diddling and fondling a man? Like an image of a dude? Okay, that doesn't seem very seems like you're objectifying that man. Here's another photo on Sofia Colucci's Facebook page of one of her friends wearing a hat. What does her hat say? What does this hat say? It says, "My boyfriend told me to be more affectionate, so now I have 2 boyfriends." That was apparently like a really fun and cute and funny hat. And the boyfriends are very sad about this, and she now has 2 boyfriends. Here's a photo of a guy holding up his shirt inside of a bar and presumably showing off his nipples. I don't know, in a somehow sexually presumptive way. Oh my! Here's one of many photos of women in bikinis on Sofia Colucci's Facebook profile. Here's a photo of a dude's crotch, looking straight with his hairy belly. What the hell's that about? Here's a guy with a shirt that says 100% Montreal smoked meat. Uh-oh. And here's Sofia Colucci posting that she wishes Barack Obama were the leader of the country right now. This is, of course, during the Trump presidency. I wish we only had his leadership now. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Well, we wanted to go through Sofia Colucci's LinkedIn page a little bit more to see if there were any gems on her page, but as soon as we typed in Sofia Colucci one more time, we got a 404. Uh-oh. So in our research into who Sofia Colucci is, because it's very interesting to see the kind of people who promote stuff like this about their paying customers, who are so embarrassed about what their brand has done. Look at this versus this. Here's your woke modern audience right here, and this is what your father had. This is what your father got. Boy, we are living in the worst of times here, ladies and gentlemen. So Sofia Colucci is ashamed of this, yet on her own public social media, you can find photos of bikinis, you can find photos of dirty jokes, sexualizing jokes. The Naked Cowboy, who's pretty famous in New York City. Sofia Colucci said it was totally fine with all that. She's totally fine with this kind of humor, this kind of joking in her own personal life. But when it comes to you, you're not allowed. You're not allowed to have a woman in a bikini sell beer. That's wild, man. That's what fraudulence looks like. And that's the cancer of the woke movement. Holding other people to standards that you yourself cannot abide by. I don't like doing this kind of stuff. And I don't think that anything that she posted on her Facebook page was wrong. There ain't nothing wrong with it. It's just she's the one trying to shame people for liking that kind of stuff when she does it too. Just like the Bud Light marketing advertise exec who was part of some degenerate group of drunks at her university, and she was the one criticizing the consumers of Bud Light for fratty behavior. It's the same thing. That lady's name was Alyssa Heinerschneid. Her name is Sofia Colucci. She's doing the same thing. And she's even bragging about it here, about how much more work they need to do to be inclusive with women. Yeah. Okay. You live by the sword, you die by the sword. That's how it works in this world. I had no problem with Miller Lite's ads, and no one else did either. You people are the ones that had to go through and ruin it by making some type of mealy-mouth apology for your past work that ain't no one was asking for. Why? And it's always the same reason why. Always the same reason why. They despise the paying customer. They are embarrassed by the people who buy their product and buy their brands. And so they shove money into the bank accounts of non-comedians like Lana Glazer, that's this lady's name, and the money is actually yours. It comes from you. It comes from the paying customer. They hate you. They despise the people who make their brands and their products work. And they openly create advertisements to mock you, to mock your values, to mock your culture. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time to be done with these brands. And it's time to call them out and to push back, especially on the fraudulent individuals, the virtue signalers who think that they're better than you. You live by the sword, you die by the sword. It's your boy Benny. Like, share, and subscribe. Don't drink Miller Lite. See ya.